If you want inquiries, bankruptcies, and student loans removed out your credit profile, you want to learn how to make an LLC from scratch, and you want to learn how to get business funding, you can go ahead and DM me on Instagram and we can work on that. Website coming soon. Alright, what's good with y'all boys, man? It's KJ Lee and I'm back with another vid. So this is a vid I've been irking to make. Like one of my homies been sending me videos of people in the comments on certain vids saying, bruh, I'm not gonna get credit, bruh, it's bad because it's this, it's that, it's that. Now I'm going to be giving the reason why. All these reasons on why debit cards are trash. Like credit cards are completely superior. And I'm just going to be all the stuff that people be thinking about credit. I'm just going to get that over with in this video. It's going to be a very good vid. Now let's get straight to it. Now, why debit cards are completely trash compared to credit cards. Now, this is what people usually say. Why should I use a credit card anyways? My debit card is just fine. Now, it's so many reasons why the credit card is so much better. But I'm just going to say this. When you use a debit card, you literally get nothing back. You just spend your own money. You don't get anything back. Now, let me just pull up the proof. Let me just go ahead and pull up the proof right here. I went ahead and got these links together. Now, this is a Citi double cash card. It's decent. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. It's 2% cash back on everything you buy. Right? It hits right off the gate. And you see on here, if you spend $1,500 in the first 6 months, you can get $200 back. Now, that does not mean, oh, man, I got to go spend $1,500 now. It just means while you're spending everyday life, you're already spending the money. You're going to get $200 back after spending $1,500. And you're literally getting 2% cash back on everything you buy. On the stuff you buy, and then 1% cash back on when you already pay it off. Now, a lot of people see this and be like, okay, but I'm still in debt. Look. This is how you want to use a credit card. The same way you use the debit card, that's how you want to use the credit card. So I'm going to give you an example. If I have $1,000 in my bank account, right, and I have a $5,000 5K line of credit, I'm not using over $1,000 because that's all I have in my debit card. See, a lot of people, they get into credit card debt and they overuse what they have. They over leverage what they have. And then they don't pay it back. They're paying the minimum. And now they're getting hit with interest rate. And now they're saying that credit is bad. No, you maxed it out. You didn't know the rules. You should have just paid it off in full. See, you get all these benefits if you just literally pay off the card in full every month. If you are paying interest on a credit card, and this is not any type of investment, you're just paying interest for no reason. You are using it wrong. You want to get all these benefits completely for free. Now, they will hit you with the interest rate if you do the minimum balance. That's a finesse they do. I'm not going to sit here and say, like, the banks don't try to eat off y'all. You know what I'm saying? They trying to eat too. But if you literally just pay your card off in full at the end of the month, it's going to boost your credit score, and you're going to be getting cash back. Not only that, you can get cash back. I even got this up on here too. Look at this. Look at these benefits. Up to 3% cash back on $6,000 per year. This is on gas. So you can just use different credit cards for different benefits. And if you pay it off in full at the end of the month, you're not paying nothing more. You're literally not paying anything more. If you pay it off full at the end of the month, no interest or anything, you're getting these rewards for completely free. 3% cash back on supermarkets, gas stations, and retail stores. So to get the most out of these credit cards, if you literally just get your card and see, okay, these are the benefits. Okay, I'm going to get this cash back. Or I'm going to use this for gas. This is just whatever. I'm going to use this for the 2%. And then we got other cards like this. We have the American Express cards. Now, it has an annual fee, but you can get your money back with the benefits all the time. Look at this. 4 points, 4-time reward points back on restaurants and takeout. 3 times on book flights with them. Like I said, you're literally getting the points for free if you pay it off in full. Like on stuff you were going to spend money on anyway. If you was going to go to Chipotle anyway or Starbucks anyway and get like a little coffee thing, you know what people be getting, and you just pay it off at full at the end of the month, you would have got these benefits completely for free. Literally for free. Like, this shit is literally for free. It rewards the responsible and disciplined people with money. Now let's go to the next point. let's go to the next point. I don't want a credit card. I don't want to be in debt. Like I was just saying, you want to use your credit card just like a debit card. That's what people don't do wrong. A lot of people say they get a decent amount of swipes. All right, bet I'm finna just go crazy. I'm finna go get some J's, some shoes. Like, no. Use it how you regularly would and use the benefits. You know what I'm saying? If you want to invest, go ahead and build your credit up and try to head to the business side so it does not affect your personal credit. Because people will max their cards out. I'll pay it next month. Pay the minimum balance. Like I said, at least pay something. At least pay the minimum balance so your payment history will be good. And then their score will completely plummet because their utilization is all the way at 100% in the 90s. Right? And they're going to be paying interest. Because the interest on the credit cards, they are kind of high. At the end of the day. So you want to use this like a debit card. Why would you spend more money on a credit card that you don't even have in your checking account on your debit card? You want to use it exactly like that, but you know what this takes? It takes financial discipline. You need to take responsibility. Stop blaming the banks because you went and swiped for them designer shoes that you know that you had no business buying. You wouldn't have bought it if you didn't have the credit card. You feel me? Now, number 3. If you use a debit card, you're not building credit at all. Like, you're literally not building anything. You're just spending your own money. And even if you don't even want to get a whole bunch of credit cards, at least get one card. Get a secure card. Put your own money on it if you're that scared of debt. And literally just use under 30%. Pay it off full at the end of the month. Literally just do that. And you will build your credit. You have to use a credit card if you want to build credit. That's just how it is, bro. This is how it is. You're going to have to use a credit card if you want to build credit. We need credit if we want a house. We need credit if we want to get cars and shit. So you might as well just build it. You might as well just start using it. Don't be so scared of it, because I sure was. We already know how it is with family. But we're going to get to that point after that. But you need credit to build. Like, it's very important in society. When you start getting older, you realize how important it is. You see, like, when your credit is ass, it's hard to get anything. People just aren't going to fuck with you. They going to be looking at your ass like, oh, hell no. You feel me? Now, better for security purposes. See, if one of my stuff gets jugged or somebody hits a lick on me, I hope it's not my debit card, man. Because if they take off the money on there, I'm fucked. And if they take money off the credit card, at least I'll still have the money on the debit card. And the banks are going to be like, they're going to be on that. Because at the end of the day, that's their money. You know what I mean? Like, we still paying them back, but that's their money. And we can clearly see, like, it's way more security, way better security on the credit card. They're going to be on that. Like, I be getting notifications on any swipe. Anytime I swipe, hey, is this you? Like, you know what I'm saying? You did this, like. So if something ever did happen, if someone just hit the meanest lick on me, I'd rather have them have the credit card, and we can just handle that on there. I can still have my money in my bank account, because if they steal the debit card and everything is gone out of there, and they gonna take their time too. They're gonna be like, how'd you do this? What's going on? I don't have anything else to fall back on unless you have the credit. But like I said, I'd rather them take the credit card. Now, more lines of credit. Now, some people might feel a type of way about this point because they're just like, oh, that's debt. Oh, you got to pay all that back. But like I said, lines of credit they're good, because if you want to use credit cards for an emergency purposes, even if you have a savings, this can come in clutch because of that. So I'm going to give you an example on why lines of credit can help out so much. Now, say you got into a car accident, like, you was with your homeboys and stuff, like a deer came out of nowhere, you had to swerve, you hit the curb, bang, we're done. You know what I'm saying? So just imagine, like, they're like, all right, you get to the shop, they're like, man, that's gonna be like 3 racks, man. You like, what? 3 racks? Like, we're civilians, man, you know what I'm saying? So we like 3 racks, dang. Now, I'm gonna give you an example. Say you had a credit card with a 3K limit. You only had like one card. And you just put it on there, $3K. Now, when you did that, now your score is finna plummet to the ground because your utilization is now 100%. Now, let's compare that to somebody who did the Navy Fed method and got a 20K credit card, right? And he put 3K on there. And he has some other lines of credit too. Even though he's not going to use them all right then and there, he had other lines of credit too. So now that he had other big lines of credit, if he put it on there, if he put 3K on there, right? Now his credit score wouldn't be affected so bad. And he can just make payments on there. And depending on what cars we're talking about, it's a lot of cars too that got 0% interest for the first 12 months. So he's not paying interest on that. Off that happened. Like, it's still bad. He still got to pay the 3 racks. But now he can just put it on the credit card. It's not going to hurt his bank account like that. And he can just make payments on that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why more lines of credit will always be better. Even if you're not going to use it, just in case something happens, or say you want to do something, it's not going to hurt your overall credit score. Like, you're going to have more lines of credit. There's going to be less utilization. And utilization is like 30% of your credit score. So that's why it's very important to try to get as many lines of credit as you can if your score and your profile is right. Alright, number 6. I won't use a credit card because it has too much interest. Like I was saying earlier, if you literally pay your cards off in full, you will pay this much in interest. Like, I've never paid anything in interest, like, ever, since I've been using credit cards. But yeah, you don't want to pay interest on credit cards. That's the main thing. You want to pay them off in full and just receive the benefits for free. And when you do this, you're building better relationships with them. Because at the end of the day, if this person is paying off everything on in time, why would I not in 6 more months when I ask for a credit increase? They're already like, okay, he's paying off everything on time. Like, let's mess with him. Because just like this, if somebody came and they asked for $20, right, you gave them 20. A month go by, you like, hey, you got that 20? Man, I don't even got that 20 right now, bro. Like, I mean, here's $5 right now. I'll owe you the 15. And you like, all right, I mean, I guess. But compared to somebody, they ask money, they giving it back to you every time in full. So they keep asking for 20. Then imagine if like one day they're like, hey, like, can I get like 100? You be like, all right. You be kind of like, all right, bet. Because he's already proven that he will pay off everything in full. So you're just building better relationships with the banks. That's why I be telling people, do not run off on the banks. Like, do not run off, because the other banks are going to see that. They're going to be like, yo, like, don't. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to show up. All this shows up on your profile, man. I'm telling you, like, that's why I'm telling y'all, don't run off on the banks. Because at the end of the day, you can just go get more lines of credit. And even on the business side, I say don't run off on the banks, because it's going to lower your credit score bad. And then when you try to go to the business side and you don't have your business fully built yet just to get lines of credit on it by its own, and you want to get the personal guarantee on it, they're going to look at your score and you're not going to get approved for that much lines of credit because you're known for running off. You get what I'm saying? Now, this last one is a huge one, especially in the black community. My family said credit cards are bad, so I won't use them and be in debt like them. Like, on God, I saw a comment like this on TikTok. So, this is a big one. Like, I just want to get this through to y'all. Like, if you a young nigga watching this, or you're somebody, like, you're, like, in your early 20s and stuff like that, you're going to hear this a lot from your family. They're going to tell you, do not touch credit cards, do not touch them, like, don't go in debt. Now, I can understand why they say this, like, when you're, like, 18 and you have no job. Like, if you have no job, no income, and you're in school, most likely you're going to be down bad. You're going to be broke as hell. And when you get the credit card, you're just going to max it and not care because you're not even going to have the money to even pay it back. So that's when they really fuck up their credit. But overall, when you do get a job and you do start working, there's literally no reason why you shouldn't start using a credit card at the end of the day. At the end of the day, too, when there are people heavily in debt, it's a lot of reasons why. Like, maybe they were struggling, they was down bad, very, 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 very down bad, and they just had to use the swipes. Like, I understand, like, we all go through rough times, but the people who just aren't disciplined, like, it's a lot of people out here who are not financially disciplined, Like they could be making a lot of money, but their money managing skills is not very good. So they could make a lot of money and then spending a whole bunch on the dumb stuff, max out credit cards and stuff, and not have a good credit score and be in lots of debt. Like they can't even really have fun no more because every time they get a check, they gotta pay to this credit card company, this credit card company. At the end of the day, when they're saying don't use credit cards, you're gonna be in debt. You need to ask them, okay, so what were you spending that credit on? Were you? I know it wasn't you investing in yourself. Now, even when it comes to investing in yourself with the credit, it needs to be something reasonable that you know you can pay back. Like, I don't agree with when some people who do credit and stuff where they be like, yeah, you can be working at McDonald's making like literally nothing per hour, and you can have like $1,000 in your bank account, and then go hit for like 50, and then get the 50 racks, and then put it in real like you know what I'm saying. When you know you're literally nowhere near paying that off. Like you got to be responsible with the debt. So even if you just don't even want to invest with the debt, invest with the credit, right? You still need to be using it like a debit card, and you be responsible using it. A lot of people are not responsible with their money. They're not financially responsible, and I'm not gonna lie. If you're not financially responsible, don't touch a credit card. Cause I'd rather you admit that, like, yeah, I'm not responsible enough to use that credit card, cause they will punish you if you overuse them. But at the same time, just because you're not responsible enough, don't go telling the younger generation not to use it. But even before you even touch a credit card, you need to be educated on it. You need because that's how I feel like how my score is going up, how I'm so good with the credit cards now because I was informed on it when I very first started. Like I hit one of my homeboys up and I paid him. I was like, look, man, teach me about the credit card because I want to know how to use this. I know credit is going to be very important, and it was a great investment. I started using the credit, started taking off ever since then. But like I said, like you have to ask the questions yourself, man. You just can't have your parents or your family tell you this. Just because someone's older than you doesn't mean that they're more wise. The older that we're getting now, we working these jobs with these older niggas, we can just really tell like they really just a 20-year-old, 22-year-old in a 30-year-old's body. Like that doesn't mean anything. They can be 40, 50, and you can still give them the sauce on the credit, still give them the sauce on the YouTube. So that doesn't really even matter. So don't even have the mindset of, well, he's older than me, so he probably knows more than me. Man, no. Go do the research yourself, man. That's all I'm saying. Now, that's the end of this vid, man. This video is getting kind of long, man. I just had to rant to y'all boys, man, because I just really, 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 really had to get y'all to understand this. Even if one person sees this and they understand now, I'll be happy. You know what I mean? But that's the end of this vid. If you fuck with my vids and shit, like and subscribe, and I'm out this guy, man.